Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And today I come to you from a very different place. I've never been here before, but it just goes to show the variety and the beauty of this magnificent city of Sydney. I'm here at Gordon's Bay, so I'll just do a 360 just to show you this beautiful bay. And it's overcast, it's sprinkling a bit, so I may have to get out of the elements shortly. But this bay is nestled between Clovelly and Coogee, and it's an awesome place for snorkeling. As you can see, it's flat today, and it's surrounded by a rock ledge where you can just walk around and enter the water from various points. And it's a wonderful walk. You can walk from Coogee all the way to Bondi, and it's something that I haven't yet done, but I will try and do one day. Anyway, I'll just get out of the elements, just bear with me, and we'll go on a little journey in terms of a book summary. So let me just come up here and get under cover, and we'll see where it leads us. Just making sure that I don't injure myself. Here we go. So I'm under cover here, and just away from those little sprinkles. So thank you once again for joining me. It's the second day of January, the second day of 2021, and what we'll do is we'll just have a bit of a breather and have a bit of a chat about a book summary. The book summary that I'm going to take you through today is entitled The Art of Work, from Jeff Goins. Jeff Goins is the author of this book, The Art of Work, and we'll just continue our path along going through book summaries and just picking out morsels of information, OPE, other people's experience, that we can hopefully weave into our lifestyle and into our inventory of skills and tools that we can use to get through life. So the art of work basically is a little bit of a philosophical journey. It's fairly deep, and a lot of the times this deep stuff is also quite confronting, but we're up to the task. Yeah, it stopped sprinkling, so I'll come out here again and get into a bit of natural light. So the author confronts us all with an opening question, basically asking us, what is required of us? What's our purpose? What are we here to do? We all were born, we all came into the world, we all came into life, with a purpose, and that purpose is different for each person, and we've got a lifetime. We've got a lifetime to try and identify what that purpose is, what that calling is. And for some people, they learn early in their life what their calling is and get stuck into it. And other people, it takes them an entire lifetime to identify what their calling is. And I guess sadly for others, they never understand what their calling is. They spend their whole life wondering and searching, or blaming others for them not having a purpose or not finding what their purpose is in life. It started sprinkling again, so let me just get under cover. Summer in Australia. How predictable are you? Your unpredictability is so predictable. Anyway, I'll stay up here for now. So bear with me. So the author talks about, or kicks off with something very, very philosophical, very, very deep. So what is required of us? What's required of me? What's required of you? What's required of our children? And even if you're a twin, Your calling is very, very different from your twins. But then again, I've also met twins who seem to have a similar calling. I remember two Orthodox priests who were twin brothers. They were so cute. They're still cute. I'm sure they're still alive, but I haven't seen them for years. Anyway, the author then takes us and expands upon that topic of purpose and what we're here to do. And he introduces us to Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, who wrote a book. I forget what the book was called. It was called The Meaning of Man or The Meaning of Life. Something to do on a very, very deep topic. Viktor Frankl was a survivor of Auschwitz, a concentration camp survivor. And basically, he came up with his view of the world in terms of the three key things that give us meaning. And according to Viktor Frankl, the three things that give us meaning in life are a worthy project, so something which is considered to be a worthy project, and each person can define in their own way what a worthy project is. The second one that he came up with was a significant relationship. And for all of us, I think we all understand that one of our callings is to have a significant relationship, to get married, to have a family, to have children. But it's not everybody's calling. We've got to understand that. Not everybody's calling is to get married, and not everybody's calling is to stay married, and not everybody's calling is to be a parent. But for the majority of people, for the absolute majority of people, I guess we can't really argue with the point that our calling is to have a significant relationship in our lifetime. And the third point that he talks about, that of the three things that give people meaning in their lives, Viktor Frankl came up with something which is pretty powerful and pretty deep. And I guess this comes from his experience as a victim of oppression and of suffering, deep suffering. And he said that the third thing that gives people meaning in their lives is a redemptive view of suffering. And a redemptive view of suffering basically means that you gain meaning out of your suffering, and you don't suffer in isolation, and you don't suffer for no reason at all. So my spiritual father always talks about the importance of understanding that suffering, there's a purpose behind suffering, and we need to try and look beyond the pain and the disappointment and the unhappiness and ask yourself the question, what is this suffering trying to teach me? Why has this suffering come to bear on me? And according to Viktor Frankl and many saints of the church, you will learn to understand that suffering comes to us to enable us to grow, develop, expand, and really see that we're more than what we ever thought we were in terms of what we can cope with and what we can deal with. Let me go out to the rain there again. Looks like it stopped. I'll let you know shortly if it has or it hasn't. Yeah, it stopped for the time being. So we'll come out here by the water again. It's so beautiful. Gordon's Bay, for those who are interested in experiencing some further beauty of Sydney. So the author then has a call to action. What I love about these books is that there are all these calls to action. And the call to action from the author is, don't waste your life. Listen up here. This is an absolute cracker. Don't waste your life waiting for an adventure to come, looking for you. So don't waste your life waiting for an adventure to come looking for you. Because guess what? It probably won't. Instead, go out and find one. Go out, be adventurous, push the boundaries, and live your life, and try and add adventure to your lifestyle. Because through adventure, through being curious and adventurous, you're going to identify and find projects. Doors, windows, opportunities will open up through you taking action and being on the move, rather than being, in your bedroom, in your room, playing with your computer, playing computer games. You're going to be in a better position to, once you've got a project happening and once you're on the move, to start meeting people, starting to rain again, and to have an opportunity to have and add a significant relationship. And that significant relationship can be with a partner, or it could be deep relationships with some good friends. Now, we must never ever underestimate the power of relationship, be it a platonic relationship or a deeper, loving sexual relationship with a partner. Because you can have good, strong, platonic relationships which last maybe a lot longer than what a sexual relationship would last, because it's a relationship at a spiritual level. It's a relationship at your soul level, like you're with your soulmate, as opposed to somebody who you simply just lust after. So, and also to understand that with adventure, we're also going to cross areas of discomfort. And we've learnt time and time again that the only way we grow is by pushing ourselves outside the comfort zone, by leaning outside the comfort zone. So that act of taking adventure into your lifestyle, and going out there and being bold, and starting the year with a bang, as a good friend of mine said the other day. You've got to be bold in your action. You've got to be bold in your announcements. You've got to be bold in what you want to do in your life. Otherwise, if you're too timid, then nothing much is going to come your way, because you're not going to be ready to move, and you're going to be caught flat-footed. So, but with that bold action, once again, the lesson and the warning is, the good warning is that we're also going to experience suffering and pain, because we're always going to be leaning just outside our comfort zone. And leaning outside your comfort zone, you're going to be experiencing a level of suffering which we need to embrace, because it's through that suffering, through that taking on that fear, uncertainty and doubt, is where we grow as people, we expand, and we're in a better position to do more things going into the future. And the author here also gives another warning. So we've got a call to action, but we've also got a beautiful warning that they offer as well, and that is to be careful not to be distracted by too much comfort and too much pleasure. Because further to what we're saying here, we know that we need to lead outside our comfort zone in order to grow and develop. But if you're a pleasure meister, if you're a galoperasakidas, a person who seeks pleasure all the time, then the chances are that you're not going to allow yourself to be put into a situation where you're going to experience discomfort. And by not experiencing discomfort, then you're not going to open up those doors and seek all those opportunities that are available to those who are on the move and who are growing and developing. So the warning from the author is to be careful. To be careful not to be distracted too much by the pleasures in life, by the people who make you laugh, by the people who make you feel too comfortable, because that comfort may lull you into a false sense of security and basically rob you of your future and other callings. And on the topic of calling, the author talks about a calling is when you embrace pain and not ignore it. So I remember hearing somebody else say that if you fear something, if you genuinely fear something, what that may be is an invitation for you to actually embrace it and to do it. Something to think about. Once again, each of us have to live our own lives, and we need to take on our own accountabilities and responsibilities. And the author then talks about the fact that you need to embrace pain and not ignore it, and you need to be action-oriented in order to embrace and to live a worthwhile life. And the author says that clarity, and here's a beauty, this is a cracker as well, the clarity will come to you in terms of your calling through action. You need to take action in order to know, in order to move, and in order to embrace and to grow. Because at the end of the day, all we are, each and every one of us is we're a being who is work in progress. We're constantly work in progress. We're growing, we're developing, and we're preparing for a moment that is yet to come. And we don't know what that moment is, but the important thing is to be constantly preparing for that moment, to be bending, stretching, growing, developing, embracing suffering, embracing pain, trying to find meaning, because sooner or later, that aha moment will come in our lives where we learn what we've been working in progress for and preparing for all our lives. The other thing that the author talks about here is that don't waste your time trying to find a mentor, trying to look for a mentor, because usually the mentors that you need are in your life already. You just need to identify them and to tap into them. And in terms of our callings, the author says that first you hear the calling, you hear the murmuring of the calling, you respond, you act, and you believe, and you live your calling, you live your life. And the most important lesson of all is to understand that for all of us, the best in all of our lives is yet to come. The best is yet to come, so we need to live with positive expectancy, to look forward to our lives, to not fear suffering, pain and discomfort, and to be adventurous, as the author said. And I think that's about it. So thank you very much for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. It's an overcast, drizzly sort of day, but I've made the effort to get up early, get in the car, come for a drive to show you this most beautiful part of Sydney. It's the first time I've come onto this side of Gordons Bay. I've been on the other side. I've been over there where the point is, and that's where Clovelly Beach is, the pool area. And one day I'll come here and actually swim and snorkel in this area. As you can see, there's a couple of people swimming across the bay at the moment. I might give that a go this summer. What do you say I give that a go? I'll organise a swim across the bay here. That looks like a nice little adventure. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, let's take some lessons from this wonderful book that we went through today, The Art of Work, and to identify opportunities and to look forward to pain, suffering, and working and living outside our comfort zones, and see where it takes us. Because at the end of the day, as the author said, we're all work in progress, and we're all preparing for a moment, a moment which is yet to come. So stay in preparation, stay fit, and as I always say at the end of my 5 a.m. clubs, we finish off with a positive affirmation: I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's live our calling, let's search and create value wherever we can, and try and identify what is the reason that we're here. You know, why were we born? And how can we add value to not only ourselves, but to the ones around us. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow from a different location with a different message, a message of empowerment to hopefully lift us, be the wind beneath our wings, and help us get through the morning, get through the day, and get through this thing called life. I appreciate you joining me once again, and we'll see where it takes us, and to remind ourselves that today is very special. Today will never ever come back. So let's make sure that we do the most that we can today. We squeeze the most we can out of the opportunities that are presented today, and to make the most of every moment that presents itself, and to enjoy this life that we have gifted to us, and to push as hard as we can, and to do as much as we can with as many people that we can. Yasas, be lucky, and I look forward to catching up again. Bye for now from Gordons Bay, a most beautiful, beautiful part of Sydney, and a place that I recommend you come and check out, and add to the list of places that you frequent as often as you can. Yasas, and bye for now. Bye.